Hey YouTube family, today we're going to take a look at information that shows you how much prices have dropped, and it is mind-boggling the amount of the pandemic boom equity gains that are gone. We're also going to take a look at the amount of homes, single-family homes that are on the market 100+ days. Take a look at this. Right here, page 32 of 51. That means there is 19 more pages to go. And look at this. It's already at 100+ days. If we go to the next page, 107. The next page is 112 and so on. I actually compiled the data to show you how many single family homes are on the market 100+ days. And that is astonishing, the amount of homes that are just not selling. Remember, we went over the data showing how many homes are selling less compared to a year ago, month over month. Now, we're going to analyze that data. We're going to analyze the price point of how much equity is gone from the pandemic booms. If this is your first time to the YouTube channel, I'm Dinko the Realtor. I've been in the real estate game since 2016, and get ready for game-changing data, information, honesty, and analysis you're not going to be able to get anywhere else. With my degree in economics from the University of Utah, and as my previous job as an analyst for one of the biggest trustees in the world, where we did stress tests and onboarded multi-million to multi-billion dollar portfolios, I don't just analyze the housing market, I analyze everything as a whole, and I dissect the data that we do have. If you haven't yet hit that subscribe button, do it now, because this kind of insight, data, information, and analysis, you're not going to be able to find anywhere else. Do me a favor, smash that like button. It'll really help the channel grow, so let's do it together. And I'm Dinko the Realtor, as I mentioned. I'm licensed here in the state of Utah, and I service the entire Wasatch Front, the greater Salt Lake area. I have people just like you reaching out to me all the time because I specialize in this area and I have data that nobody else has. People are calling me, we're setting appointments, and we're strategizing to take advantage of the market together here in 2023 and get a better deal in Utah. Now, let's get to the data, and I have a lot to share here. Look at this article by Redfin. Investors are buying roughly half as many homes as they were a year ago. Yet everybody is telling you to go and buy. Everybody's telling you that the market is doing great, that we've bottomed out. Builders are saying, well, in the last video, we saw that the interest rates, right? The interest rates are skyrocketing, and they're almost back to the peaks of October and November. We know cancellations went off the charts at that time. Cancellations are starting to pick up again. And Utah, and this is I can't iterate this enough, Utah has more new construction per capita than anybody else. New data reveals Utah is the state with the most new construction homes being developed when you take how many homes are being built with how big the population is. Now, here is the data that I've compiled with how much prices have dropped. And this right here is mind-boggling. So we're going to go through this quick. And if you have questions, if you need me to be a little bit more specific about the data, or if something confuses you, give me a call. Feel free to reach out. I'll go over that data with you and explain it to you in more detail. But I want to go through this quickly. That way I'm not taking too much of your time. And for that, give me a like, smash that like button, help the YouTube channel grow. Let's do it together. So right here, the median peak price in May was $598,500. We see that right now in January of 2023, the median single family home price is $510,000. That is a drop of $88,000, and we see that that is a loss of 14.79%. So that is essentially 15%. And I'm going to show you that that is actually much bigger than that, because keep in mind that a number that is smaller, the percentage for it to go up has to be bigger. But when the number is coming down from an already inflated number, a smaller percentage drop is actually a bigger loss. And let's get to this right here. Just know Dinko the Realtor has your back in Utah. Right here, we see that the median single family home price in 2019, December of 2019, right before the pandemic boom started, was $350,000. To get to $598,500, right here at the bottom, there was an equity gain for a median single family home of $248,000. That is a 71% increase right here. We see it at the bottom. The pandemic boom was 71%. So those are big numbers, right? Well, I said that the numbers that dropped are just as big, and we are eating at a lot of that pandemic gain. Astonishing. Just know, Dinko the Realtor's always going to have your back with the data. So here we go. Right here, the gains lost. This is where it gets interesting. The gains lost are actually 35%. So if you go up here, let me just mark this in red now. $88,500 is gone from this $248,500. That is a huge chunk. A third, a little bit more than 1/3 of the gains from that 2.5-year pandemic boom are just gone. Poof, right? So let's analyze this a little bit further. Let's say that we lose $150,000 right here, and that would be a 25% loss. You hear this in the news where they're saying, hey, prices are going to go down in these pandemic boom towns, maybe 20, maybe 25%, and prices went up 70, 80%. So what is that? What kind of loss really is that? Well, it's a huge loss if you do the math on it. Right here, the percentage that's lost is you're actually losing 59.76% of the gains, because once you lose $148,000 off of a single family home, median price that went up $248,500. So that 15% median drop, right? Because what it's doing is it's taking the median home, and the interest rates are actually affecting the higher priced homes even more. They're selling at an even lower pace, and the days on market, what we're going to go over, is astonishing. So what does this all mean, right? $1 million house, now 15% down, is $150,000. That is more than the $88,000 on the median price. Now, again, let me pull that back up here. Again, if this information, I'm going over it too quickly, if you need me to be a little bit more detailed or go over this with you, feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is down below. I have people just like you calling me all the time so we can take advantage of the Utah housing market together in 2023. Now, right here, we see that in order to lose the $248,500, we have to lose 41.5% of the gains. So check this out. If you lose 41% of the $598,000, you come back to this right here. You come back to the median price of $350,000 December 2019. That means this 71% gain pandemic boom only needs a 41% loss. Those 20 to 30% losses that they're talking about in the news and they're anticipating that potentially these pandemic boom towns can experience, and we're almost there, we're at 15. That is a huge loss. Now, I did say that we were going to go over the data for the single family homes. So if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button, because you're not going to find this insight data and analysis anywhere else. I wasn't kidding. And again, remember, I'm always going to have your back when it comes to the data. Right here, we see that there are 5,051 single family homes. So I compiled this data right before I put the video up here. So 5,051 single family homes, and out of those homes right here, let me pull this up, 100 plus days, there is 1,958 of them. So what is this? What is 1,980 divided? Well, let me just move that back here. I don't know what happened there, but let's just restart the information. Alrighty. So right here, if we take and we divide it, I had the Excel do it. So this is not my information. This is not my data from my calculator. This is the Excel doing it. So we take 5,051 and we take the 1,980, we divide it by 5,051, we get 39%. So let me repeat that, because I was going a little bit all over the place. 5,051 single family homes. I didn't do the townhomes and I didn't do the condos, because every MLS, when they're analyzing the data, they do it by single family home. So single family homes active on the MLS are 5,051. 1,980 of them are on the market 100 plus days. That means that 39%, I mean, that is more than 1/3. That's almost half. Almost half of the single family homes that are active on the MLS right here. Let's pull that up real quick. Right here that are active. I mean, look at this. We go to from page 32, we go to page 44. We see that 187 days, right? Right here, we go to page 49. Now we're getting into the 200s. That is indicating that prices are going to continue dropping. There is almost 4 times the amount of inventory right now compared to same time last year. Almost 4 times. Investors are now buying. Why should you? Wait for that spring inventory. Once April starts coming around, the March inventory, that's when the spring inventory starts. April's going to dump even more. And in April and May, you're going to be able to find yourself a much better deal. Subscribe, follow the data, analyze it. If you're a first-time home buyer, you have to be more careful than somebody who is selling a home or somebody who has a big down payment, because you don't want to be underwater. You want to make sure that you're buying towards the bottom part. So if you buy and home prices go down a little bit more, at least you're going to recover. Once the market recovers, turns around and flips, within a year or 2 or 3, you're going to have equity in the home. That's what you want. You want to have equity, and a lot of it, in 7 to 10 years. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Give me a call if you have any questions. We can put information together. We can be detailed. Make sure you take advantage of the market here in 2023. And until next time, have a great day.